Hey kids. Yep, tis I on this wonderful Minnesota day. It's gonna be like 50, whatever, it's 50 in November. Why don't you guys tell me my collar was messed up? Come on now, guys. I'd tell you. Well, after I make funny a little bit, yeah, but I mean, still. All right, so can anybody tell me, anybody, what dryer sheets have to do with cars? Well, if you don't know, I'll tell you here in a minute. Yep, we're in the shop. Anyway, so what we're going to do today is, well, number one, I'll tell you why I'm not working. Because today, you all know that I'm getting close to retirement from the National Guard. Today, I cleared what they call the Central Issuing Facility, or the CIF. It's a big deal. Turned in all my Army gear and free and clear. So now when it comes time for me to actually exit, nothing hold me back now. Which, let's face it, that's awesome. And you better believe I'm excited. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to talk about those dryer sheets. I'm going to itch right here, apparently. We're going to talk about those dryer sheets. I'm going to turn this light on and open this door because it's gorgeous. Maybe we're going to, yeah, like that. All right, so one thing that happens then at this time of the year, my shop usually stays nice and cool, right? But right now it's actually cooler in here than it is outside. So I'm going to let the air exchange. Plus it smells a little bit like fuel in here because I got a few gas cans that are full. Anyway, so I'm going to get what I need to get here. And then I'm going to get out there and I'm going to show you what's going on with the things and the stuff. Stick around. Okay, it's very sunny, so I'm going to move over just like that. Oh, yeah. Right in the teeth. I know these are not my teeth, but you get it. So, what does dryer sheets have to do with cars? I'll tell you. First, let's go get them, because I left them right there. All right. Okay, we're back. Whew. It's still really bright. All right, so the ones I suggest are the ones with the most obnoxious smell. Like this one smells like, it's supposed to be Paradise Fresh. Kind of smells like, you know, the grandma perfume that everybody wears. You know, when you walk in the grocery store, you're like, someone's grandma's here. You know what I'm talking about. That's what this smells like. The reason you want the smelliest ones is for the reason why you're going to put them in there. Let's keep rodents out. Rats. We don't have rats up here too much. We have mice, field mice. They're usually like this, and they poop everywhere constantly. And they will chew up your car. They don't care. Yeah, I know. They're jerks, right? What? There's a few things you got to do before you put your car away for the winter, especially if you're going to be storing it outside, because let's face it, Speedy doesn't belong inside ever. We're going to pull the battery. We're going to check the trunk for whatever the foreman left back there for me to clean out, like she did last year. Yeah. I sent her a picture of everything she left in there. She didn't care. She thought it was funny. I wasn't laughing. Actually, I did kind of laugh because I told her she's not good at preparing a car for storage. So, looks like I need to get about a 12 to 13 millimeter wrench maybe, so I can pull that battery out, and then we're not going to put it on the concrete. Not. Why? There's actually no good reason why anymore. However, that's what I was taught, and I'm too old to stop doing it now. It was before, it was cold, it was going to suck the charge out. I don't remember exactly it. I mean, that's how long ago it was I was told. But, you know, it's just a thing that I can't get past. Kind of like why we still have this. Can't get past that either. I'm gonna go get some metric tools. Hold on. No, it's not that far. Anyway, rolling the dice. I grabbed 2. 10 and 11. Let me see. 10? Somebody write that down for next year. It's a 10. Okay, I'm not going to remember it. But anyway, the other thing we're going to do is I'm going to check the coolant because, of course, it's, it's all up in there, right? It's all in the stuff. Because if it's too cold, it could freeze and push those frost plugs out or crack the block or whatever. And let's face it, this thing's only worth $18.39 as it is. Not really. It's actually quite a good car. It's just that it hurts when I get in and out, so I don't drive it much. The other thing, big gouge in the headlight. The other thing is, it's actually, it was very, very affordable. It'll be a good car for somebody if they want, or Peyton. Anyway, kids, so what we're going to do is we're going to get over there. You guys can see, and then we're going to show you how to use this guy. All right? I'm not going to shut it down. We're going live-ish. Well, as live as we're going to get. All right, can you see? You know what? It doesn't matter. It does a little. Why else am I doing this? So what you do is you never open up your reservoir hot. You know why? Because you will burn yourself. And this is basically sugar water. It'll stick to you and it'll melt your face right off your head. Actually, I got a picture of my dad that happened. He radiator popped open, like the hose blew, and kind of boiled his skin there. He was lucky he didn't have scars or anything, but still. Bad mamma jamma right here in the radiator and this coolant, so don't mess around with it. Don't open it hot, ever. So what we're going to do is and it's going to come up in there, and then it's going to give us an idea of the boil over. But we're not worried about boil over. We're worried about the cold side over here. We would like it to be, the minuses, 9 minuses. So you put it here, and you squeeze it up. I don't like this. I don't like this one. Okay. I didn't get enough in there. Now it actually holds it because of suction. We're up here in the minus 48. Oh, I'm sorry, minus 43. That's Celsius, so minus 45. It's good. And then you just put your coolant back in there. You just get it all out of there. You don't need it anymore. All right? And just set it down. And hopefully one of those, yep. Anyway, and then you put it back on, make sure it's tight. Because that's helps pressurize your system, right? Right. Everybody knows that. It's just standard stuff. All right, so now we're just going to take the battery out. Now, if anybody remembers, when I put this stupid thing in here, it wasn't a whole lot of fun. Because both cables are red. And then I found over here, right over here, right there, that there's a black one. So they're marked right. I'm just undoing bolts. You guys want to see? Okay, well, there you go. So I'm doing a bolt. Bolt. All right. You guys get it? This, all right. And you just wiggle these off. No need to take the bolt all the way out. We do have a little corrosion on here, but that's okay because we'll deal with that in the next season. And then we just take the battery out. Yes, there is a battery hold down, and yes, I did a video on cleaning it up and painting it and making it look nice. And yes, it's still not on this car. Put the battery in, test fire it and all that good stuff, and guess what happened? We just rolled without it. Clearly it wasn't a problem. However, make sure you guys do the right thing and put your, hold downs on, or bungee cords or whatever you use. Okay, so now I'm going to show you what I do under the hood. Hey, good. So what I do, I take Grandma's perfume here, and I just liberally sprinkle them about. And what this does, honestly, is it really just, mice don't like a lot of stink. And now this might not smell like stink to us. It smells like old lady perfume. But you know what? To them, they don't like it. And do not be afraid to put more than you think, because I'll tell you what, last thing you want is a mouse getting in your car, tearing everything up and pooping everywhere. Happens to a lot of people when they store their cars, especially old cars, because they sit a long time, you know. I mean, let's face it, they're going to sit 6 months if they sit a day. But yeah, do not. Here, let me show you why. Let me show you. Now, I think this is quite old, but you see right here? Right there? That's a spot a mouse would want to come in. Now, that's just from the cottonwoods and stuff here, but... So, if you're like, oh, that looks like a spot a mouse would want to go. Put your stinky sheet in there. You know, just get them in there. No, there's no way you're going to know how many you put in, unless you count them, and then draw a map of where they are. Let's face it, I don't do that. I put them kind of where I can see them, you know. So I just honestly put more than I think I need in here, because you need a lot. And then when you think you have enough, shut the hood. Now, let's go onto the trunk and see what's back there. Let's face it, it's going to be, 15 things. Actually, I hope not. Not really. Oh! Should have had a giveaway for who's going to do the fall down thing here. So remember I told you this car makes no sense? Because it makes no sense. Oh! Well, I'm about as smart as punching yourself in the mouth. Every lock on this car is electronic. Every one. So guess what doing the battery did? Well, yeah. Actually, I know what's in here. It's antifreeze and a couple of quarts of oil and some power steering fluid. Everybody should have some. Probably tire pressure gauge and a blanket or two. Yeah. So pretend it opened and pretend we saw that, okay? Because let's face it, it's a crucial part of this video. Right there. Yeah. Okay, so we can't go that way. Can't go that way. See that? I don't know what that was. Did you guys see that? I don't think it was a goose, though. Okay, so then what we're going to do is, after we've done all the checking, right, we're going to go inside the car to do that, to make sure that everything's out. Now, I know my wonderful wife actually did some of that. I hope she did all of it, because actually I think she did. But we just got to get in there and see. Now, you are going to want to have your stink sheets with you, because you know why? Yep, we're going to put some more in here. Oh, this car is actually really, it's fully loaded for 2008. It's got heated seats and, you know, all that good stuff. So what you're going to do, you're going to sprinkle these liberally about too. You know, just throw them in here. Because you're literally trying to keep mice from making their own stink in here. You want this to smell like the dryer sheets. Get them around in here, you know. Well, number one, it's gonna make it smell, you know, better than like old feet or whatever old car or whatever cars smell like in the summer, spring when you open them up. Yeah. So now you wonder, hey, you've got a pile of sheets left. What would you ever do? Now, if you only have one car to do stuff with, like we do right here, because in the shop, we actually keep Irish Spring soap that we grate up and we put it in socks by the doors, and it actually helps keep mice out. They don't like that smell either. Also peppermint. They don't like that one. You gotta think like a mouse. Like, oh, that smells, I don't want to go in there. Yeah. Get the floweriest, stinkiest dryer sheets, peppermint, you know, stuff like that. Mothballs. I don't like that stink. See, I don't like it. You probably don't like it either. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take the remainder, after you made sure to, you know, sprinkle everything liberally. You're gonna take this, you're literally drop the whole box in the car. And you might say, why would I do that? That's crazy. Well, it's in that box. More stinky sheets, right? It's a stack of them. So they're not going to lose all of their stink as quickly. You know, it'll kind of, you know what I mean, permeate the sheets. It'll stink longer for the mice. Yeah. This is going great. So now what we're going to do is we're going to lock the door, close it. Now this car is kind of silly. We have already talked about why, because it's European, right? It was an Opel. Yeah. GM used to own Opel, and they used to own Saturn. Well, when GM owned Opel and Saturn, I'm having a whole thing with my stand here. Okay. When GM opened, the garage doors open back there. When GM owned both Opel and Saturn, Saturn was failing, and they tried to save it by bringing popular cars from Europe over. This one, and then the Aura, I think was the other one. Anyway, 2008 and 9. They didn't do well. Not enough to save the company anyway. But actually, I mean, this is actually a really good car. That engine and transmission setup has been around for, I don't know, the 80s. So, I mean, it's proven. But, you know, not everybody's meant to... Excuse me, I gotta kill a hornet. All right, there's a reason why I do that. And it's not just because hornets are jerks. I stepped in a ground hornet's nest when I was a kid. And, yeah. So it's revenge. Straight up revenge. All right. I don't remember. So now we're gonna lock this door. Okay. You saw how easy that was, right? Now we're gonna, right there, you see there's a cover. I'm gonna get the cover and I'm gonna start putting it on the car. I'm gonna start so the nose and go that way, mainly because we got that weird antenna. So give me a minute. This cover's fancy. You know, I know it's fancy because I bought it. It's got reflective tape on it, so in case you were backing up and it's dark, you can see it. There are mirror pockets, so make sure that you know, make a bunch of noise and find them. Right here. Where does this go? Over the mirror. So I'm gonna get this on here. I'm not gonna waste your time with it, but know that it's happening. Okay, you can see it's on there. The last thing we got to do is there's ties that go through the rims and that help keep the car or the cover on the car. The other thing to do is get a cover that fits. You know, you can see that it fits nicely on the car. Okay, it'll save you some time and headache. The one that's on Bonnie right now was the one that was on here last year, but this one is a much better fit, and that one actually got ripped on the ice because it caught when it was back there. So let me get these tied up. Be right back. Okay, one more thing about horns. You see all these overhangs, right? All of them. You see there's one there, there's back there. Make sure you check those for the wasp nests. We don't get dirt daubers, but we get those, and they're mean. Especially coming around August, September. Get crabby. Most crabbies I do. I haven't eaten. Anyway, we got the cover on, we got it tied on, right? You can see that. The other thing you're going to want to do when you tie those down right here on the wheel, tie it so you can get them back off, because it doesn't do any good to buy a cover where you cut those, then you have no way to attach it down again when you want to use it again. All right, now this was a universal cover. Was it meant to fit this one? No, it wasn't specifically made for this, but it was made for a car this size. So there's that. Anyway, it's always important to clean up your tools and bonk things on the way into your shop. Well, Peyton won't be home for about an hour, so still can't find my shears. So I have an extra pair. Arco on back. Anyway, kids, I hope something was enjoyable out of that. If not, well, maybe you learned something or whatnot. If not, what not to do. But that's what I do. It seems to work. If you do something else, hey, more power to you. Put it down there, because I'll tell you what, if it sounds good, I'm willing to try it. You know, I got the piles of turds out here. Oh, now I'm not winterizing the Roadster. And you might think, oh my gosh, why? Well, a couple of reasons. One, it doesn't have anything in it. And number two, it doesn't make sense. I mean, there's nothing there. There's no engine, there's no transmission, there's nothing. So there's nothing to worry about. I mean, if somebody wants to crawl through the snow and hook up to it and take it, I guess that's them, but I wouldn't. It's not an easy place to get to. Anyway, kids, hope you enjoyed it. We appreciate you watching. Thanks so much for all the support. Don't forget to subscribe. I think it's over there. Maybe. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe. Keep on wrenching. Have a great day.